Black to Africa. I'm up this morning, so you still see the sleep in my eyes. Down here having a little breakfast. Decided to give me a little food. I'm going to be traveling here today. And I woke up and I'm down here and they got the TV on. And they got, I guess the verdict came in on George Floyd. So the verdict came in on George Floyd. A day that would be a reminder constantly. Started my, thank you very much, Javen. Started my journey here in Africa. You know, if you really look back on life, you'll find that there were different things that caused you to make decisions or had an effect on you. And you went down that road, no? George Floyd's death, I will never forget. It's actually, it was the last straw for me. It wasn't the first. You know, the 54 years in America. See, they showing it right here in Africa. See, they got CNN. They got CNN on here. So, you know, so I got the word this morning, you know, that there was a guilty. But my first thought, before I get into the other story, this is my first thought. I thought about y'all. You all who are left back into the States, left back in Europe, in places that you're being mistreated, places that you might not be in getting fair treatment. And my thoughts and my hearts went out to you all, because I know what's going to happen. People are going to celebrate, and they become numb, become quiet, become complacent, and then they're going to continue on with their life. And then we already know how many murders already this year have happened. And then there'll be another trial, and then they'll found guilty, you know, because we get one guilty per year. So, and then all of a sudden you become number, you become complacent, you become quiet, and you go about your business. Then there'll be more deaths. So you're gonna see, you know, many more deaths come. And I hate to say it. I hate to say it. I'm just a voice crying in the wind. But I got enough experience. I got enough of time underneath my belt to have seen how America is. Don't let these jokers fool you. Don't let a victory of guilty for one white officer fool you and put you in a place of complacent like you won something, like we overcame something. There is a system in place that still is robbing and killing us, not physically, but mentally and spiritually. Sometimes we forget to look at the bigger picture, and we get stuck on the little things. My wife says, I see the forest and not just the trees. But I'm being real with y'all. There's very few things there's very few things that I will sit here and tell people, thus says the Lord. Very few things. But I'm here to tell you all right now, it is time, says the Lord, for you to get out from where you are. I do not open my mouth up and put anything on no Lord or anything and try to act like I'm some evangelist, prophet, some of this and titles that these people wear. All I got is a record, and you don't know me, and you don't know my record. Because I know what's going to happen with us black folks. This is just how we are. We'll take this victory and we act like we won something. We've become a people who've become so numb and become so complacent. Spawn's been watching my videos, chess, not checkers. We've become so complacent as a people that we can jump up and down over a verdict when generations have been lost because of one life. George Floyd is all of us. Every last one of us. George Floyd, if you think for 1 second, because they killed George Floyd and we got a verdict of guilty that we overcame and won, you are fooling yourself. You got to go to trial when you blatantly saw a man sit on a man's neck for 9 minutes. Like, what do we need to go to trial for? Now, I know the judicial system says every man has a right to a fair trial. But we were holding our breaths because we didn't know whether or not it was going to be guilty or not guilty. This is the way the system has treated us. That you have something as blatant and open as what this Chavant or whatever his name was, sat on George Floyd and killed him, murdered the guy, and we're holding our breath wondering, is there going to be a verdict or not? That tells you in the wrong system. But then we're going to jump up and down and celebrate today because there's a guilty verdict. Take note. Take note. For every one verdict that is guilty, there's 30 others that are not guilty. But this is how they play us because we are fools in their eyes. Of course, they always can appeal the case. They always can appeal the case. It's not even about the case. It's about the case of where you at, which you in. Now, y'all know I don't go hard out and tell people that, fire, 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 get out of America. Yo, it's on fire, it's this and that. But I'm telling only those who have an ear to hear. And there are many people who's come over here to Africa. Many people who's heard it in their spirit, heard it in their voice. Because it's not Africa, and those who have an ear ain't gonna hear. There's people who got deaf ears. There's people who just ain't gonna hear the truth. There's just people who ain't gonna hear from God. There's people right there, you can tell, a building could be set on fire and smoke will be blazing in the building and you will tell somebody there's a fire. And there are those type of people who say, no, it's not. That's just how we are as a people. You can have a man beating up on a woman and you sit there till you blue in the face to tell the woman, he don't love you. And that woman will sit there and tell you in your face, yes, he does. This is black folks in America. You could sit there and scream as loud as you can that America, out of all that it's done, you can scream all its histories of injustices and Jim Crow laws and the lynching that's still going on. You can still scream at the top of your lungs and show all the murders that you just did this year. You can do all of that and people will say, there's nothing wrong with that. It's only one. This is how ignorant black folks has become in America. I should play that Willie Lynch letter on audio. It is written. Thank you very much for that, Proverbs. It is written already that even the children who are us, of Israel, who are us, let's just start with that. We are ignorant to even believe that we're the chosen ones. We believe that others are the chosen ones. We can't even get past first base on that one. You know how many Christians don't even believe they're the chosen ones? Well, it's them over there. And you scream it blue in the face and say, it's talking about you. We are the chosen ones. But see, no. And these are people sitting in churches talking about they read Bibles. pastors and bishops and deacons and all of them jokers up there talking about, no, it's talking about them over there in that area. Where it's written, it says you are a stiff-necked people, just hard-headed, can't even listen. And when somebody telling you the house is on fire, only thing you looking at is it's not really, I mean, I smell smoke. Why want to go over there to Africa? There's no opportunities for me. Is there opportunities for you in America, fool? They try to steal your phone. See, that's why I don't want to come. In America, they don't steal your phone, break in your house, shoot you dead. Must I remind you? See, this is the thing that we tend to forget. And now all of a sudden now, it's like, okay, I'm gonna be on the outside because I'm not gonna forget my people. I'm not gonna just go here and come to Africa and just live my life and just like, you know what? I cannot, I have a duty to reach back, to be able to open people's eyes, to tell people, just please come and visit, just come and visit. Why? Because your eyes will be open to be able to look on the outside of America and now look back on it and say, God, dog, I did not see that. Even blind Stevie Wonder can see the fact that there's mistreatment in America. And if blind Stevie Wonder can see it, why can't you with two eyes can see? But I'm telling y'all what's gonna happen. I'm telling y'all, read my lips. Read these lips. We're gonna celebrate, watch. Everybody's gonna be out there celebrating about it. Look, we went through that with look, people act like, because some of y'all are just too young to remember. Whether it was in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, we would be out celebrating over a victory because we won in a judicial system that was never for us. When you had, sign number one, when you have to celebrate because of a victory for your people, it's the sign number one is to tell you, you in a bad place. When you have to hold your breath and wonder whether or not the verdict's gonna come back guilty, when obviously the videos have shown that it was blatant murder, that is a sign that you are in the wrong place. But we become so complacent, we become so numb, we become so blind to recognize truth. So people are going to celebrate today. People are going to be jumping up and down. They're going to go have their parties. They're going to have their drinks. And all along, let's just see how long it takes for black on black crime. Brother going to go out here and shoot another? Because people don't even want to pay attention to that one. How many cops are going to still shoot and kill? How many Karens out there are going to block you from getting into your apartments, to your house, to your neighborhoods? How many Kens are going to be out there that's going to curse you in your face, stop you, remove you from out of the restaurant, or still look down and talk about you? How many people are actually going to lose their children because the system came in and took their kids out of their house? How many people are going to wind up losing their jobs and you don't ever know whether or not it's because of, was it your performance? Was it your skin color? What was it? Why was you the first one laid off? You was the longest one working there. All these thoughts are still gonna be in your mind. You still gonna be a slave to a system. Still gonna be a slave to a system. And what are you gonna do? It's not that bad. Watch my video. Watch my video yesterday that I put out there. Spitting your drink at McDonald's. Dark night, I appreciate that. You know what? Even I had that thought here and I said, man, you gotta get rid of that. People don't think like that here in Africa. I asked them, could they rewarm this up? And it goes back and like, I wonder if they're gonna spit in it. The other day, I was in Addis Ababa. And I asked for a takeaway box. So the guy grabbed my plate and I was like, no, just go ahead and bring it to me. Because when I'm in America, I'm like, I don't want my food going back there in that kitchen because you don't know what those jokers do. But I had to think, I caught myself, I said, oh, man, you in Africa, man, these people don't have a perverted, nasty mindset like some of these daggone Europeans or even brothers and sisters who've taken on the mindset of behaving such a fashion. That is ridiculous. So I have to catch myself every now and then. But when you have all these thoughts right here and you sitting back there in America and you think, hey, everything is cool and everything is A-okay. All right, victory, yes, we got one victory out of how many thousands? Okay. So George murder was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I'll never forget that day. I saw it, but it took me a month to watch the video. From beginning to the end. And it was hard. It was hard. For you to sit there and y'all need to try to do that. Try that. For 9 minutes and 40 seconds. I want you to have somebody just to lay across your chest that weigh at least the same amount of weight that you weigh or that officer weighed. Just to lay across your chest, not across your neck, and just lay there. And I want you to see, just a moment of silence, 9 minutes and 40 seconds, and think about the position that George Floyd was in. Yep. And I thank the Lord for just opening my eyes up and say, son, it's time for you to go. And sure enough, when I heard that voice, I went to go visit my daughter, okay? Because I went to 4 protests. I said, if I'm gonna do anything for my children, at least I'm gonna get out here and yell and scream, you know, and all that right there at that last one, because my kids weren't going out there. I said, you know what? I'm gonna be a voice and tell America, you, and let all that anger out, 54 years of my pain. Yeah, it was very emotional for me. You know, to sit there and I point my middle finger up at America, I screamed, 'cause I knew I was gone. My time was coming. I screamed at the top of my lungs. I let it all out. I let it out in Cleveland. I let it out in Detroit. I let it out in, I went to Chicago and they didn't have any. They were just finished up with the protests and everything. Cops locked it all down. I went down to St. Louis. Now check this out. I went down to St. Louis and they didn't have anything. Some of y'all who've been following me long enough know. I get a hotel room. I go out that night to get my dinner. But my car that I was in, I had this clicking sound in my car. Or excuse me, not clicking sound. It was this noise that was underneath my car. Something came loose or whatever. So I figured, let me get up right here, go get something to eat, but then let me turn around and also see where there's some auto mechanics places at, so that I get up early in the morning, get in, get my car, boom, hit the road. I go out, and sure enough, police car. This is last year, y'all, last year. This cop, he followed me all the way around the mall, because on my GPS, there was an auto mechanic shop right there on the premises of the mall. So I'm on the phone with my brother. So I know I come down the hill to come and enter into the mall. To my right is an officer sitting there. He's just sitting there. This is like 9 o'clock at night. He's just sitting there. So I know, P's and Q's, right? Put my signal light on because I got to come down the hill into the mall. Here's a stop sign. Make sure I stop, turn my signal light on, go left. I go around the mall. Sure enough, guess who's rolling behind me? This police officer. So I'm rolling around and I tell my brother, yo, got this police officer behind me. He's like, for real? I said, yeah. He got his lights on? Nope, he's just following me. So I roll around the mall, I see the place. I hit every stop sign because I know that joker's right behind me. And then somehow he turned off or whatever. And then I keep going around the mall. All of a sudden, he's coming towards me. So I'm in one lane, he's in the other lane. He passes me, do a U-turn, comes back around, and follows me out of the mall. As soon as I get up that hill, the very hill that I went down coming into the mall, I get to the light, I put my signal light on, I make a right. Woo! Them lights come on. Now, I just passed an intersection coming from off that mall, and it's a dark place. Now, I already know I ain't pulling over at nowhere until I can find a place where there are people are and it's lit. I pull over, I saw this restaurant over to the left side. I pull over in there. Just so happened, there's people standing outside, 2 sisters. So I tell the sisters, yo, hey, get my back. Can y'all film? They're like, yo, we got you, we got you. This is in St. Louis. Peace out to my sisters in St. Louis who had my back that day, who was filming all of that went down. This police officer gets out of his car, and, you know, I'm not gonna act belligerent like some of these young cats out here who's trying to act like these white boys who give the police officers all that mouth and think you're gonna get the same response. You are a fool. I'm not gonna do that. Why you stop me? Blah, 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 blah. Please, this is your man, not your boy. Officer comes up to me and says, I'd like to see your driver license and registration. I don't need to ask him no damn questions. Give him. He goes ahead and I give him my information. He walks back to his car and I'm waiting. Woo, guess who shows up? Another officer. Now here we go. 2 officers now. And they're sitting there. Now in my mind, I'm thinking, what the hell is about to happen? Why do I have to be in that situation? Why do I even have to feel that way? What is going to happen? So I know they're running a check. I already know what they do. They're running a check. He comes back now, he wants to ask me questions. Now, see, I can clam up. I can plead the 5th. I can plead the 5th. And I want y'all to understand, you can remain quiet all day long. You can. But are you wise enough to get yourself out of a situation so you can live to see another day? That was in my mind. What am I going to do? It ain't about being oh, I'm gonna prove that I'm strong and I'm gonna prove that I'm this and that. Old folks used to say back in the day, live to see another day. If you got any issues, they give you a ticket, take it up in the courts. Sitting there arguing with a white officer in the middle of a goddamn night and he got a gun. What am I proving? So he's interested in where I'm coming from, where I'm going, and all that stuff right there. So I said, officer, I said, hey, I'm out here. Look, y'all see that I'm just passing through. My daughter here. Well, you know, there was riots and stuff, and there were people breaking in, and I saw you over in the mall, this and that, and you ran through one of the stop signs. All I'm hearing the spirit say, shut up, hold it. I was like, I said, which stop sign? Now, my brother, he's still on the line. He's still on the line. And so he said, oh, you ran that one stop sign, this and that, this and that. Now, I can argue with the guy all day long. And I can say, no, I ain't run no stop sign. You crazy, blah, 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 blah. You pick it on me because I'm black, blah, blah, blah. All that's right there. It's not going to get me nowhere. What it's going to get me is them pull my ass out the goddamn car and find a way to put me on the ground, and Lord knows what happens after that. We just don't know. Yes, I'm still in Ethiopia. Thank you, peace, love. Enjoy your lunch or your dinner on me. I'm Ethiopian living in Seattle. I love your content. Yes, finally justice is served. Yeah. So that officer, he finished up with his thing and he writes me a ticket. No warning, no nothing. No, sir. Hey, have a good day. You know, all that. They knew I didn't have no record. They ain't had no warrants. They knew. They looked me up. But he wants to sit there and say that. And I just peacefully took that ticket, put it on the side, went about my business. I thank my sisters for looking out for me who filmed that. But why do I have to feel that way? Now, here it was that I walked away, thankfully, without any situation happened to me. Now, had that been a total different situation, individual, who knows what would have happened? Who knows what would have happened? But I knew it was time for me to leave America. I knew it was time for me to leave America. And my time came. Because how can I tell my daughters that you in an abusive relationship and, you know, stay with it. Stay with them. Stay with your husband. He's beating your tail and all that right there, but you know what? It's gonna change. Yo, oh, he brought you flowers today. Victory, great. All right, see, stay in there. See, he's changing. He brought you, oh, he beat you again the next day? Well, you know what? Hold up. He might bring you some candy tomorrow. I mean, he brought you last month some flowers. I mean, yes, the relationship ain't all that great, but, you know, how can I look my daughters into their eyes and say, stay in a bad relationship that you're being mistreated, misused, and abused. Just stay in it. Work it out. This is the relationship that I've had with America. Some people claim they have different relationships in America. Not for me. And I know a lot of other brothers and sisters like myself who got stories to tell of the injustices that's happening through the system. Not even just the police. Police officers and all killings are just a smaller part of the piece of the pie. There are bigger fish in that pot to fry than police officers killing a brother. But it's part of the problem. But I will never forget George Floyd's life, because that was the moment that I decided that I was going to get out of America. That was that moment that I knew it was not for me. I knew it was not going to be a place that I can live in again. I could not look myself in the mirror as a black man. I got a son 32 years old. I got a son 32 years old. How am I supposed to teach him and talk to him about being proud for yourself and black pride and, reach your goals and, I want to see your full potential. I want you to go and do. I want to see you achieve. I want to tell him that in a country that I never got that opportunity. I will never know how far I could have went in America. And I'm not going to fool myself for one moment in thinking because of my achievements that I did in America, it was something. Nah. Y'all robbed me. Y'all robbed me because, brother should have been a billionaire. That's what it should have happened. Brother should have been a billionaire. But I ain't tripping over the money. Not at all. Not tripping over the money. I'm tripping out over the fact that I was not given the opportunity of the pursuit of happiness to the fullest of my ability. That's the question one should ask themselves. Anytime you wake up in the morning, if you say I'm putting 100 in today. Really? You're gonna put your 100 in today, but you know what? That resistance. Y'all know what I love about Africa? When I see these jokers out here, when I see these, excuse me, I said these jokers, I'm looking at just, some stuff. But anyway, when I see people out here and just doing it, man. When I see brothers and sisters out here putting their 100 in, it's not about the money that they make. Some people are like, but they're not making enough money there. They're getting their fit. I don't see it that way. I see that they have the ability to go as far as they want with it. I see that the potential, when you see these young minds, and you're like, man, I see the potential. What, there was another shooting of a 15-year-old girl today or something? Yeah. It's amazing. And so, but the beautiful thing is that, even in this chat today, the spirit that's out there that you see, that spirit that is out there, that shows you just some of the evil that exists. But it's very few, though. It's very little. Those demons got their places. The evil has its place. Yep. Police shot her 4 times. Did that happen today? See, the evils are mad because the police officer was found guilty. See, that's the evil. Those are the evil ones. And guess what? Check this out, because I know the power of words. I curse every last evil person on my channel right now, that your generation, your children are gonna be cursed. Damned. Your seed will be damned. There ain't no voodoo or nothing. I already know, because I've already been given the power for that. For every evil troll on my channel right now, your wife will come down with sickness, your husband gonna come down with sickness, your children gonna come down with sickness, and they're gonna be damned forever. Forever, every evil word that you put on my channel, may it be triple fold to your family of the evil that you tried to push out into this world. Now, hold on to that one. Evil. Evil gonna get it. Yeah. For all those who want to use the evil words, you will come down with sickness, and you're gonna drop to your knees and even cry out to God to help you and your family while you sit there begging for your life. Y'all them jokers ran up to the wrong channel. I didn't want to go there, but you know what? For those who are in here, let me hear some amens. Everybody who want to amen that, because Christ rebuked the evil. Christ rebuked the evil. And I'm going to rebuke the evil on this channel. And I am going to allow the evil to see damnation. Y'all going to beg now. Because, the trolls be out today. Because they mad, they upset. Mad upset. Yes. Oh, I got some agreements in it. It's already written. For all those trolls in here. Now, I'm going to see trolls keep on talking now. All right? Because sickness is going to fall on you. And your loved ones, your babies, your mama, your daddies. Because of the evilness that is in you. Evilness is going to spread even throughout your family. Because you come from evil. You come from evil. and evil have its place. So every person hiding behind their little tag names and all that right there, yes, watch. You're gonna fall on your knees and you're gonna be crying. You're gonna be crying because your seed is gonna be falling out. Because every evil got his way. Every evil. Every evil. I'm gonna start doing that more often to these jokers too. What do you think about the destruction of Africa, where brothers killing brothers in Africa? There's a lot of groups fighting in Africa. How do you know that? Who told you that? How you know that? Who told you that? Do you think that the media that is controlled by the Europeans, and most and foremost, are exacting truth? I've been in 8 countries in 5 months, 6 months. I haven't seen any. Does arguments and fights or even tribal wars, it don't matter. Does that happen in life? That's just life. But to the extent that they want you to get to think that it's all going on all around you, that's just like saying that Chicago is filled with crime when most of the crime is happening on the south side of just the outward. The inward crimes are going on downtown where the white folks are at, who are filled with corruptions, stealing your 401k plans, who's deceiving you all and believing that, this system, this economy is all great and all right there. That's where the biggest crime is. Yeah. But these evil ones out here, yeah, they're mad today. They mad. They mad. But every last one of them daggone white jokers out here on my channel who are of evil, y'all cursed. Already. Been cursed. Don't even know it. But I'm speaking the double against your family. Yeah. You better believe it. Yeah, I'm still in Ethiopia. So, yeah, George Floyd was one reason why. That was a straw that broke. Down the road, I got stopped by a police officer in the middle of the night. And when I'm left with, okay, what is going to happen here now? And you see a second officer pull up. For what reason? And I just ran a stop sign, apparently, according to him. Yeah, I heard about the organ bust. Look, there was an organ bust over in America. They found some guy. All these organs up here, these people up here, look, organs are big, huge, billion-dollar industry. They found over China men's private parts, shipment loads. Shipment loads. These are the evilness of people. But be of good cheer. It's all good. It's all good. But I say to my brothers and sisters, open your eyes. How can you open your eyes? How can you open your eyes? That spiritual eye. That third eye, Elizabeth, I see you in the house. What's up, sister? How do you become a spiritual discerner? How do you become one that's able to see things beyond what you just see on the physical? You got to receive it. Am I in Ghana? No, I'm not in Ghana. I'm in Ethiopia. Yeah, I encourage everybody to visit Ethiopia. Yep. So yeah, what have I learned in Ethiopia? I've learned a lot of things in Ethiopia. A lot of things in Ethiopia. Everywhere I go, I learn something. Once you open your third eye, no way you can stay in America. That's true. That is, I like that. That is true. There is no way, there is no way whatsoever you can go ahead and stay in a burning house. There is just no way. There is no way you could be in an abusive relationship that there is no love, because abusive means no love, and remain in it. Your eye is not open. How do you know? Love conquers all. And when you're open, you begin to see things in a total different light. It doesn't become about you. That's why I'm doing this YouTube channel. You know, it was all about me just sharing my African travels and showing the videos and places I go. Now I'm on a platform. My platform now has changed. Now I'm trying to bring awareness to our people. Trying to bring awareness to our people. Just like I brought on Sister Elizabeth. Check her channel out. I needed a sister voice. A sister who is aware, open, open, has that spiritual eye, that also could be a voice, on my channel, coming from the female side of the house, because not everybody's going to receive from a man, or not everybody's going to receive from a masculine energy, or not everybody's going to receive from feminine energy. But I have a duty to do. I've lived my life. Now it's time for me to live my life for other people. And if I have to sit out here and scream and yell and scream and say, fire, fire, get out, get out, get out. And people look at me like, he's crazy. Going nowhere else. America's the place. When I'm in line, you're in Africa. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yes, they listening. They listening. Yeah. And so, as you all who are sitting around the world and you're jumping up and down and you are, praising God because of George Floyd's murderer was convicted, and rightfully so. Don't become complacent. Don't become numb to the fact that, like, oh yeah, we won. My thoughts on Akon cities and right there. I got videos on it. Have you learned any Amharic? I don't even know how to pronounce it. Amharic phrases? Nope, except for ish. Ish, ish, ish. Tell me what ish means. I know what ish means, but it's funny. But yeah, and that's what I think we as brothers and sisters need to understand. We are a blind, deaf, ignorant people. We need to wake up and realize where we stand when we come to mistreatment and the evilness of where we live, where we call home, where we call, there is no perfect place. I'll say that 1,000 times. But guess what? There's places gonna treat you better. So George Floyd, I don't look at it as like as a victory. Yes, the cop needs to go to prison, and he shall. But does that going to stop? Has any laws changed? Is President Biden going to put the flags down half-mast today for the verdicts? Is it's going to change any, create any new bills coming in for the protection of a black people? Is it going to change? Is it going to change any behaviors in the systems of how they hire us, give us loans for houses or opportunities? And is it going to change any of that? That still hasn't even been addressed. Victory. Way far from a victory. So I say to the brothers and sisters who are there in America, in the UK, in Europe, in Canada, Australia, remove yourself from out of your environment. Come visit the motherland for a couple weeks. Digress, receive, and see and compare the difference of where you are. And then rightfully judge. People always say, you can't judge me, you can't judge me. Au contraire, I can rightfully judge you. I definitely can rightfully judge you. And so, rightfully judging one, you'd be able to rightfully judge a country. You should be able to do that. Not on you, because I hear people say that all the time. Let's not get fooled by these lawyers who stand up behind podiums making millions off of the people who's died, and that's the only thing they do is show their faces. They're not standing up trying to push bills through the White House and trying to create initiatives for change and all right there. They just keep showing up when everybody gets murdered. They're standing behind podiums knowing they're going to have a big payday, and yet there's nobody doing anything about changing the bills about how black folks are being treated. But what about the Asians? They just changed the daggone bill about Asians, the inequalities and the mistreatment of Asians. Hello, we're over here. What have y'all done for us? Hello, we're still here. And I've told y'all, the day is here. It's been here. But because this is new to you all who ain't old enough yet, you just don't see it. And for you all who are comfortable and you like your stuff, you just don't see, no, you don't care to see it. You know the truth. Because your eyes are so focused on my house, my car, my job, my money. I'd rather for a man to be honest with other people and say, yeah, it's messed up, you know what, and I don't even need to be here, it's messed up, but I got to take care of my business, whatever, and maybe I get myself situated. I respect a man who at least say that instead of his head in the sand like an ostrich and hiding from the truth and saying, no, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong. These are the people that hold our people back. These are the people, just because there are people who talk good game. There are people who talk all that game still living in America. Oh yeah, America this and they're that and they doing this wrong and that. Right, they're behind the podiums, they talking to y'all this and that. And I'm like, you've been having this conversation for 30 years and still don't have no solutions and won't even dare come out of your mouth and say, my people, it's time to get the hell on up out of here. Can't even come out of your mouth to say that. And these are the people we look up to. But as soon as them jokers over there in Hollywood starts talking, the sports figures, the actors and the actresses and all that right there, everybody listens. Everybody listens to the evils of Hollywood. to the evils of Hollywood. And then we wonder why we can't even get ahead. Because we listen to these people out here who are supposedly stars. These jokers ain't no stars. If you looking up to Hollywood, those people out there, they are nothing more than controlled beings because they're getting fed by them. A dog does what a master tells him to do because the dog knows who feeds him. A dog would never speak against his owner. Never. When you see all those rappers and those actors and all of them stand up there and they like, yeah, you know, blah, and they talking all this mess. Yeah, we overcome, we won today, this, all right. They always must put the mic in their mouth. But they're the ones who are sellouts. They're sellouts. I'd rather for a man to be quiet and say nothing. Than to sit there and try to push an agenda of evilness because of their sponsors telling them, you need to come out and speak to the people. You need to say this, cool down things. You need to go ahead and say this and that. These people are nothing but puppets. Not every brother is a brother because of his skin color. Thank you very much, Daniel, for your heart of giving. Africa is a better place. Most definitely is a better place. But I got to deal with people who's talking about, aren't they fighting over there? Isn't there wars going on? Let me answer this question right here, Cola, because this is what I keep on hearing. I agree with most of your messages, but if Africa is better, why are so many Africans dying to come to America? Just asking. I appreciate that question. I've been answering this question for the longest. It's all because of that daggone TV. They seeing something that they don't even realize what it is. All they see is the money. Look, if you listen closely to my interviews of the Africans that were in Dubai, it would tell you something. They painted the picture. They're leaving Africa because they believe that the countries that they're leaving as mistreating them, is corrupt and all that right there. But check this out when you listen to them. But I'm working my butt off here like crazy. 14 hours a day. 6 hours a week. We're living 14 people to a room, 7 people to a room, 8 people to a room. You know, we don't have really great conditions, living conditions. You know, we're sitting here like sardines, squeezed up, overstressed, worked. And every last one of them said they're going back home. See, the grass ain't always greener on the other side, because I told y'all this right here. See, you just have those people who think they can do better in another place. When I keep saying, no, you're the one who's got the idea. You're the one who has the opportunity. You are the one who are the success. Do that in your country. But because people feel like they can go someplace else, and hey, I understand. I've already said, if you think there is a place better for you, go. There are people that think Europe and America is better for them. I'm not gonna hold nobody back from that because they gotta go find out for themselves. But you know how many people have died going over there trying? Do you know how many people who's going over there and, you know, they think they're doing well, making money, sending money back home, helping their families out? I was with a brother yesterday who showed me he built his whole family's house off living in America. I'm not gonna argue against that. But guess what? They keep coming back. And what is the exchange when you go over? Look, there are Africans who are getting killed too in America. Africans who go over there with their families and wind up getting divorced, losing their kids. The kids turn gay. They, you know, the wife done, the husband done, you know, left each other and broke up their families. And all. It's gonna cost you something to go into the beast. Because I ask people all the time, okay, you left. Okay, all right. Were you being fed? Yeah. Did you have a roof over your head where you was coming from? Yeah. Okay, did you have clothes on your back? Yeah. So why were you leaving? For a better opportunity. All three needs were met, but you're looking for a better opportunity. Okay, I'm not gonna argue against that. Every man has a right to find out a place that's best for him. I ain't got no problem with that. But what I'm saying for you all, who's stuck over there in America, who has a total different mindset, who can come here and blow up easily with the mindset, a different mindset, and start a business. So, yeah, I mean, you're gonna have people who leave Africa, but not everybody's leaving that. You know, you make it seem like there's billions of people. There's 1.3 billion people in Africa, they say. The people who's really left, what, 100, is not a lot of people. And they're going because they're watching these TVs thinking, ooh. You know how many Africans I've spoken to who sends me emails after emails? Brother, you're so right. I'm over here in Europe. I'm over here in UK. I've worked my tail off in the last 8 years and feel like I ain't getting nowhere. I mean, only thing I'm working for is just this little money, and I'm sending it back. You have inspired me to come back, go back home. I'm gonna do mine. I know that every time I go home, I see the land that I got. I see that the opportunity is there, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I get those emails all day long. But nobody's putting the videos out about that. Yo, guess what? I'm over here in America. They ain't tell me it was gonna be like this. I thought America was all about pretty and beauty and all that right there, because most Africans who go to America, go to Europe, they wind up in hoods. They ain't in no plush daggone, they ain't in no plush suburban living. No, they are living in hoods. Ghettos, rat-infested, roach-infested places. But they ain't gonna tell you that with 10 people to a house. Believe me, I know Africans right up the road where I live from. I lived at in Columbus, Ohio, an African community, all living with each other, trying to make ends meet and pay the bills, taking 5, 6, 7, 10 of them living in a house. If that's what you call living, go for it. Working at Walmart, making that $7.35 an hour. Yeah, it's more money than you made in your country, but what are you doing it for? Food, shelter, and clothing. All else that those people want to go for, the stuff, is where now you're gonna find you're being overworked to trying to get it. Because when you get of age, you're gonna realize that stuff don't mean nothing. So don't let them jokers fool you, because they leaving and they coming over to America for what? To be in what, worse conditions? Please, I've seen some of the living conditions some of the brothers and sisters are living in when they come to America. And they ain't sending no videos back home. I made it. Look, to the land of lapping luxury. I found I found the goal, y'all. I finally got here. No. Them jokers are struggling just like they were struggling in Africa. And that's real talk. And the majority of them are never gonna be able to make money to buy their own house, buy their own nice cars, and buy all this glam and glitter. No, they're not. They're splitting costs by tens, and they're trying to go ahead and make enough so they maybe can send back home, help out, and all that right there. That's what they doing. Don't believe no god doggone lie. These people acting like they going over here. Those ones who, mother and fathers who had money, probably off the corruption of some of these African countries, were able to send their kids over there to Europe and America to go to these colleges and stuff like that. Those are the few. Those are the few that you're gonna see who comes back here that I say are the worst ones that I've ever met, because they're the nastiest ones, who come back and belittle their own people, or come back here and build their houses, and then now they got their boy quarters and their girl quarters and having them work for them like they're slaves and all right there. Is that what you really want? You really want to enslave your own people? Calling them boys, treating them down, I've watched them come from out of Europe and America, coming back here. Is that what you want to do? Think you're uppity and founded and all that right there? You think now that you good and you made it with your education and now you coming back building your kingdom and now come on over here, boy, sweep my floor, wash my car, do this, do that. Yes, go to bed, wake up, do the. I've seen those people. Is that what you want to become? Well, go ahead. Go ahead. But one who wants to find his or her way into a land that they can find peace and opportunity to grow as much as they want, Africa has it for you. Where? There's 54 countries to choose. Got to do your homework. Because like I said, if you watched my video yesterday, you know, they know that there are a lot of people. That spirit is going to try to convince you to stay right where you are. It's going to fight against you. You're going to fight against it. The spirit is going to try to convince you, you are good. Stay right here. But why you decide to stay right there? Just look your beautiful children in the eyes. And while they got the TVs on, and you start to see the protests, and your children look you in the eyes and say, "Daddy, Mommy, why are they protesting? Why are they celebrating because the guy got found guilty?" Watch what comes out of your mouth. And then you explain to yourself, how can you look your child in the eyes and tell them, well, baby, you know why? Because, this system hasn't been right by us. And we don't get many wins when you go into that judicial system. Because they found a lot of those police officers that were not guilty when they've killed many of us. And your child gonna look at you like, so it's not fair for us? Nah, it's not fair for us. You mean to tell me that I might wind up in that system and I might be sent to jail and I even might be innocent? Yeah. You mean to tell me that I might walk down the street and a police officer can just shoot me in broad daylight when people filming and he might get off? Yeah. You're telling me that I might go into a job interview and I might not get the job because of the color of my skin color? Yeah. What do you think is going on in that child's mind? You just now told your child they are less and looked upon as less. Now, how do you think that your child is going to figure out, why the heck am I here in this place that is against me, and you my parent, and you keep telling me you could be the best and be anything that you want to be. Don't let nobody stop you. But on the other hand, you sharing, I'm being raised up and I keep hearing this rhetoric from you telling me, yep, see, you gotta be careful when you go out there. If the police stop you, you better be careful what you say. Yo, you gotta work twice as hard when you go to work. You better perform for your boss, because you know what? You gotta outdo them. And you condition your child to always be inferior. This is what you do to your own child. So your child grows up to be inferior, to now not have no goals or dreams or aspirations, and to know they can reach their full potential. This is what we do to our kids. We sit there and teach them that at a very young age. How do you look your child in the face and do that? I had to make the decision for myself, and I told my kids, I'm doing this for y'all. I am not doing this for myself. I had to get out of America to show my children. That's why I said, when I did the protest, I did it for them. When I came here to Africa, buying property, I'm doing it for them. And I'm gonna buy some more property, and I'm gonna buy some more property, and I'm gonna buy some more property. I told y'all I had my real estate agent who was in Ohio call me up, 2 weeks ago. Hey, I got some property, would you be interested? It's right down from where your duplex is. I just bought some, selling them at $80,000 more than what I bought. I said, I'm not investing no more in America. I ain't putting a goddamn penny in America. No. I'm doing this for my people while I'm here. sacrificing away from my wife because I know how America is. Thank God I got an understanding wife who understands. I'm standing out here in a land by myself, trying to spread a message, trying to show my kids, trying to show y'all by myself. But the good thing is that there are those who listen. There's those who came, finally visited all right there and said, my God, I didn't know it was like this here. You know what? People decided to move. They're on their way, starting their businesses and doing. Yeah. Yeah, proud to be America where at least I know I'm free. I remember that song. So, you know, it's it's just is what it is, family. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all with y'all kind words, with your kind comments and your blessings and all that. I appreciate that, you know, because that is what keeps me going. When I get those beautiful emails, I wish so many people would stop sending me the links and all this other information. I'm like, look, I do my own research. Every time people see me, I know that information. I've seen that information. I get that information. But I thank y'all. Yeah, I'm just one man out of many on a mission trying to send everybody just the message. We got so many brothers and sisters who's got YouTube channels, who's trying to push out the information, who's trying to show our brothers a new way. I don't want to be no hypocrite sitting over in America talking about, yeah, you know what, we need to get out. Then come back to Africa, go back to America, go back. Everybody got their own thing. That's just not me. I just want to be an example. That's it. I'm just trying to be an example. I'm trying to be an example to my kids, first and foremost. Hopefully, like they say, they're going to probably be here in July. We'll see, though. So with that, family, I got to roll because I got a flight to catch. And I'll be off into the new found land. And I wish each and every one of you all the most prosperous day. Thank you for those, like I said, for your kind words, your comments, your blessings, as well as those who gave financially, as well as those who even came in, even those trolls that were trying to come in and just try to get their names mentioned or try to get a spark out of, you know what, creating a discipline in me, not to respond. That's why I said my channel don't have those so-called moderators. We moderate ourselves, and the evils will eventually go. I know when I need to go ahead and hit a block on whoever. But you know what? Those trolls today that was on here, I'm telling you all, I feel I feel the wrath gonna be on against them. Do you know why I say that? Because it says, "Do not touch my anointed." I know I'm an anointed one. What about you? Are you anointed one? Any evil to try to rise up against me, they gonna get dealt with. They gets dealt with. So, family, I appreciate each and every one of you all. You all have a great day. And let's not celebrate the victory, supposedly, of so-called white officer going to prison. Let's celebrate something greater. And that is, there's one greater than oneself that one can come to that could change your life forever. And that one can open up that third eye to open up your eyes, open up your ears so you could be able to see truth. The greater Almighty is there. Y'all grab a hold of that. Now you become very powerful. With that, family, this is your man, not your boy. Go black to Africa. All right, peace.